What happens when you let life happen to you instead of taking control of your life? You drift, you settle, you watch years go by without even knowing what's actually happening to you. You keep wondering why things are not getting better. You lose confidence in yourself. You get stuck in the same cycle, the same pattern year after year. Same frustration, same someday mentality that never leads you anywhere. Someday things will get better. Someday I'm going to do this. Someday just someday, without even having an actual plan towards that. You watch years and years go by. And if you're not careful, you might wake up one day filled with regret, asking, why didn't I take control sooner? But you know what? It doesn't have to be this way. In 2025, you can change everything. You can start by taking charge of your life. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. All right, now let's talk about the problems associated with not taking charge of your life. When you don't take charge of your life, these things often happen. One, you become reactive and not proactive. When life throws its curveballs, like all these challenges come to you, instead of moving forward, you get stuck putting out the fire. You get stuck in those challenges. You get stuck trying to fix things, either from work, from family, from friends. You're always entangled in those things, trying to fix them. You get stuck there. Number two, you lose clarity. When there's no direction, of course you're going to feel stuck and overwhelmed most of the time. So number three, you waste time and energy. Distractions take over and you waste years. Your years go by without any progress, any significant progress at all. Number four, you let fear win. Fear of failure, fear of judgment from others, fear of the unknown. Like different kinds of fear just keep you stuck there and you don't progress at all. If any of these things I've mentioned sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. That's why we're here. We're going to be fixing all these things together, all right? So the number one way to fix this is by having clarity. You need to be sure and clear on what you really want. What do you want? The first step of taking charge of your life is clarity. All right? You cannot steer a ship if you don't know where it's going. You need to know where you're going to. You need to be clear on where you're going to. So ask yourself these questions. What do I really want in 2025? What do you want in 2025? All right? Write it down. You have to be writing this down. All right? Because we don't want to get stuck in the same cycle and pattern this year. We need to be very clear on what. If you don't have a clear vision or a clear thought in your mind's eye, exactly where you're headed or what you actually want out of this year would go by just like every other year. So you have to be very clear on what you want. By the end of 2025, what is it that you want to have achieved? The second question you ask yourself is, why is this important to me? Why is this important? Why is that first thing you wrote down important to you? Write it down too. You have to be writing this down, and maybe you can pause this video and write it down and then you continue. All right? So the third thing you're going to ask yourself is, what would happen if you don't achieve this thing that you actually want to achieve? What's going to happen? What would your life look like if you don't achieve this? Because you want to know how important this is. That's why you're asking this question. And what will my life look like if I don't take action towards this thing, towards achieving this thing? What would your life look like if you don't work towards it? you're probably going to fall back into the same cycle, right? Listen, clarity is power. And when you know your why and how important it is, every other thing falls into place. So that's why I want you to write all these things down and read them every single day. Just look at them every single day, or put it somewhere you can see it easily every day in your room, just so you have it at the back of your mind there. The next thing is direction. Once you're clear on what you want, the next thing you have to do is create a roadmap. Break that goal into smaller, actionable steps. Like, let's say your goal is to lose weight, fitness, right? Instead of saying, generally, I want to lose weight this year, you have to give yourself, set a goal, like saying, by the end of this year, I'm going to lose 20 kg or 20 pounds, 10 pounds, depending on how you're measuring that. So you have to be very specific, or say, by the end of this year, I want to be 50 kg, right? When I step on the scale, that's what I want to see, or 50 or 45, depending on your goals, right? So you have to be specific about that. And then every day you decide that I'm going to be working out 30 minutes every morning. So those little things you have to do that would add up to the big goal you have, even though it's not that big, but just taking those small steps every day adds up to the overall goal. That's what I'm trying to say. So if it's a business you want to start making research about the business, create a business plan, have a clear picture of what you want this business to look like, and start taking courses. Don't get stuck in taking the courses. Actually, look out for people that are in the field, that already have this business, and ask questions. That's where you get to start even faster. Okay? Small steps leads to big changes, and direction gives your life structure and purpose. And the next thing is to eliminate all the distractions. Eliminate distractions. In 2025, we need to protect our time and energy like our life depends on it, because it does. So here's how you're going to do it. Turn off all notifications. Social media can wait, all right? When you're busy working on your goals, you've already allocated time to it, right? Maybe 4 hours of your day is allocated to working towards this, right? During those times, turn off notifications. You can go back to it later, but right when you're working on that, turn them off. They can wait. The next thing is to set boundaries. Say no to everything that doesn't align with your goals, and yes to the things that align with them. So when you're busy and your friends want to hang out, it's going to be a no. You have to set boundaries. This is 2025. It is time to take charge of your life. So you have to say no till when you have time. Maybe later you can create time for that. But for now, we are trying to focus on this and make it work. All right? Which brings us to the next thing. We are going to stop any form of multitasking and focus on one thing. Focus on one thing, get it done, then you move to the next thing. All right? Multitasking can, especially for someone that has struggled with it for years, I would suggest you just focus on one thing. Multitasking is a productivity killer, so you need to focus on one thing and get it done at a time before you move to the next thing. All right, that's what we are going to be doing this 2025. All right, so clarity and direction is good. They are great and very important, but nothing will change if you don't take action. So nothing is going to change if you don't actually work towards your goal. Fear will try to hold you back, but the best way to silence it is to take bold, consistent action. And here's the truth. You don't need to feel ready to start. You don't need to have all the answers to move forward. Okay? Just take baby steps. Take one step at a time and just start. Move forward. Start doing something towards your goal. It's not going to achieve itself and no one is going to come to try and help you do that. You have to do it by yourself. All right? So get up and start working towards your goal. You find out that when you start working towards that, the fear will start to drop and go away. You start to build momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. So just start. Let me know in the comments what's really holding you back. All right? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share with a friend. And subscribe to join the community of dreamers and doers. Together we are unstoppable. Let's make 2025 the year we finally take charge of our lives. All right? And if you love contents like this, please check out this video. It is packed with what you are looking for. I'll see you in my next video.